the question that I want to ask everybody is that who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible?
That's a trick question. I gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it.
I answer that 2 parts.
Who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible?
Well, they say they subscribe them to Moses.
I asked who wrote it. I ain't asked what they say.
God, according to Timothy 2:3:16, 2 Timothy 3:16, all scripture given by inspiration.
I know that somebody had God didn't just write it on paper. Somebody wrote it on paper.
But see, I gotta watch your question because if I say God, you be like, okay, so God got fingers and that He can write.
God ain't got no hands.
God got no hands. Well, yes, it is. The Lord arm too short that He can't save.
That's not a physical arm.
Yeah, but He said that though.
Yeah, but that ain't a physical thing.
Yeah, but so now we say He ain't got no arm.
He ain't got no arm.
He said the hand of the Lord will lift up a standard against you, right?
That ain't talking about somebody's power.
He said He will hide me in the.
So who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible, which is called the Pentateuch? Huh?
Moses. God through the hands of Moses.
So you say Moses wrote it?
God through the hands of Moses.
Who say Moses wrote it?
I go out there by myself.
I don't know.
We just read in Deuteronomy chapter 31, he said, and after Moses had put an end to his writings, that's in the book.
So Moses wrote it.
Wait. That's what it said in the book.
So so what it say? It say what now?
Deuteronomy chapter 31.
Read that.
Verse 24. And it came to pass when Moses had made an end of writing the words of this law in the book until they were finished.
Okay, stop right there.
That part.
So wait a minute. So Moses telling you what he writing?
No, this is the
No, that what you just read.
Wrote it.
Just that part.
So Moses telling you, Moses third person.
Don't go back down. It's Hollywood, you know.
Moses third person.
It could be.
Moses in third person. I'm asking y'all this question. This is gonna come up. I'm telling you. At some point in time, you're gonna have an apologetic for this. This question is asked again for people who are against the Bible.
Okay.
So I asked the question because in parts of the scripture it says, and then Moses died.
That's right.
So how is Moses telling you? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand and listen. What's going on? I asked the question. Who wrote it? I asked the question.
I don't know.
Who wrote the first 4
I don't know.
books? That's what I asked.
Me and that was inspired by God.
But I'm asking you who wrote it.
The first
Because somebody is observing Moses.
Joshua.
I say the problem. Well, it could have been.
Well, then when we get to the book of Joshua, did Joshua write Joshua?
It doesn't say that Joshua wrote the prophet.
I'm asking y'all a question. I'm asking you a question.
Don't give us an answer, Moreh.
And then Moses died, and then Moses spoke to the children of Israel.
The prophet.
Somebody's writing this.
That was scribes.
I'm just saying somebody writing.
Somebody, whoever that was taking notes. I'm just saying somebody had to write it for
Somebody wrote. Somebody writing Job. Somebody writing everything.
That's right. It was written before time though.
Listen. Who wrote the 4 Gospels?
Mark.
Matthew.
Really?
That's what they say.
I'm tired of what they say.
He's asking.
I'm asking you a question. Who wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
So Matthew wrote Matthew?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What does it say that at?
I don't know if it says
It says the text.
See how we doing? See how we just throwing out stuff?
Well, we know Luke wrote Luke.
Luke wrote Luke?
No, different.
Somebody had
to write.
Different people
Luke wrote Luke?
No.
That's what I thought.
Different people wrote.
So they were dead with this already?
You had different people who
wrote it?
Man, they kept dying.
Wasn't Paul?
Because Baruch is
Who wrote Acts?
too.
Luke.
How do you know that?
Because it tells you.
Oh, really?
It does.
You read it, yeah.
Because it tells you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it don't tell you who wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
It says
It does, though.
It says according
It don't tell you that.
I thought they wrote it.
So we suppose.
It don't tell you who wrote Matthew. Look in your Bibles.
Mm-hmm.
You got phones, Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Let me Google it.
Bernard, who wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John?
Who wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke?
You got anything?
I went by the first books you were talking about, and it said Moses.
He wrote this?
Well, it says the gospel according to Matthew. So Matthew probably not.
The gospel according to
So,
Matthew.
so Matthew is reciting this and somebody else is taking
Wrong.
down his accounts.
You sure?
Well, it said according to him. So that means if I say this is the words according to what my wife said. So I could be writing it.
So
but
wait a minute. So are the four gospels in the letter?
No, these are prophecy being fulfilled.
I'm asking you a question. In order to get the gospel, they had to find something.
Mm-hmm.
They had to find letters or it was either
Manuscripts.
oral or written. The
Manuscripts.
manuscripts.
Okay.
So who's writing the manuscripts?
The Israelite.
Is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that the four gospels are classified as anonymous writers.
Mm-hmm.
So over the years, when they were compiling the canons together, that's the reason why I say according to. I can say according to Philip, that don't mean Philip said it, or that don't mean Philip is the author of it. I can create a book right now and write on that book according to Philip. The same way you got the Yeezy Bible. Kanye ain't write no Bible.
Yeah.
Kanye did not write a Bible. But you got, guess what? The same thing that y'all doing in here is the same thing that people are doing online. Kanye put out a Bible. We talked about that on the show with Rick. I said, Rick, Kanye ain't write no book. He ain't write no Bible.
Or King James, for that matter.
No, King James did. King James
Well,
had
King James didn't write. He didn't
Yeah,
actually
people put
write
it
King
it.
together.
James had scholars
Put it
to
together.
translate.
He had
Yeah.
to translate.
Yeah,
The
when
Bible
people
was
say
already
King
in place.
James,
Yeah.
you hear people say King James wrote the Bible.
Yeah, that's foolishness too. All he did was compile scholars together to translate it into different languages.
Yeah.
It's okay, y'all, to say, I don't know. It's okay to understand, just because they're anonymous writers, that doesn't take away the validity of the gospel.
Right.
It doesn't take away the validity of the gospel.
But how do you prove that when people say that the book was written by all these different people and that it's been written so many times and it's been broken down so many times? Because they do say that.
They do say that.
And they try to
this-
say it's not relevant.
Does it discourage you?
No, it doesn't.
Because you want an answer, you want to be able to say something.
No,
You want to be able to
Well, I like
reply
say
in
so
defense.
fast, yeah.
well, we'll whisper
Sometimes.
something to the first
Call
person,
Luke.
and by the time we get all the way to the end, something been added to it or taken away from it.
Right, it doesn't take away the validity of it. And here's the thing, for people who say that, and who say, well, you know the Bible written by man. These are the same people that try to give you a book to read
Right.
by man.
True.
Every book is written by man.
By a man.
Yeah.
Every book.
Every book is written by man. What I want y'all to understand is that even in the scriptures, when the scriptures is silent, you stay silent. Don't start injecting and adding and this is what I think to it and things like that. The scriptures are very detailed, and it tells you, okay, just because the four gospels have anonymous writers, that don't mean that it's not proven. It has been proven by archaeologists. It's been proven by translators and everyone historically that these accounts happened, that he existed. We don't need an author for that.
That's right.
But we do know that it does not say, what does it say when it deal with Acts? What does it say?
Acts of the Apostles. Go ahead, man.
The Acts of the Apostles, and it gives you the author, right?
That gives you the
Written by Luke.
Written, see that? Listen to that terminology. Written by Luke, according to Matthew. That's two different things.
Yeah.
According to and written by is two different things. So we know that Luke is the author of that book because he followed Paul around. He was writing and taking notes of everything that they encountered. So we have an author for that. There are certain things in the scriptures that don't have an author. We know that the Most High is ultimately the one who's been given the wisdom Right?
Right.
We know that. But at the same time, just because it doesn't have a man's name attached to it, it does not mean that it takes away the validity of the scriptures. So I just asked the question because people were going to hit you with that. Hey, you know, Muslims are notorious for that. They ask the question, they want to say, oh, well, y'all talking about Moses wrote all this. Well, how Moses, that's contradicting. Because how Moses writing about his own death? Who's writing the conversation between Moses and the Most High saying, go up there and look at the promised land? Go look. You ain't going in. Who's writing the notes and taking the account where he's telling Moses to pray, but Moses strikes the rock? All these scriptures we showed in Deuteronomy. Who's watching Moses talking to the Most High? Who's watching the Most High? Who's hearing the Most High talking to the children of Israel? Was that person physically there? Or did that person get it later on?